before we start this program, I'd like to play a quick word from the NFL MVP.
Patrick Mahomes.
All right. Let's run this shit up, bro. This shit gotta come through us. This shit come through us. And like this whole fucking year, everything has been dependent on who? On us. We control what we can. We go play our type of ball, man. Nobody can fuck with us. But we have to clean up this little shit. We have to clean up this little shit. We have not to play our best ball yet as a team. I know it. We kind of getting this shit back. We're gelling the pieces that's been gone, the absent and shit. They get this shit going so we can play our best ball in front of us when we need it the most.
That's killer words, bro.
How after listening to that, do you not want to run through a brick wall?
Facts.
This man, I get it. I'm kind of dick riding.
Bias.
I get it.
Yeah.
I know that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, bro. Get off the meat.
But he was the quarterback of the New York Jets. I know you'd be gassing him too.
Probably. I was gassing Mike White.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What's going on, y'all? It's another day on the Day One podcast. I'm your co-host, Anthony. Name in the bubble. I got my co-host, Kyle. Say what's up, bro.
What's going on, y'all? Back at it.
Boy, we got an episode for you guys. We're gonna get into a lot of spicy topics. Gonna break down this wild card picture. The NFL playoffs are set. Seeds are set. Matchups set. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna give our playoff bracket prediction, how we think the playoffs are gonna play out. And we're also gonna talk about. Well, Kyle's gonna talk about. I kind of sleep. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, bro.
Kyle's gonna break down his picks for the NBA All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's January. It's that time. All-Star weekend's coming up around February. So, yeah.
It's exciting, bro. Nothing's better than this time of nothing's better than this time of year.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, we just had MLB offseason. We're getting into playoffs for football, and it's getting to the heart of the NBA season. People are starting to ramp it up.
Yeah.
Best time of the year.
Yep. And not to mention NASCAR's coming back too. I know the people of this program are not really big motorsport heads, but me being a motorsport head, silly season's run its course. People getting ready for Daytona. It's getting lit.
Hockey's still going on.
Yep, hockey.
Not that anyone watches that shit, but
I don't.
Yeah, fuck hockey. You ain't gonna catch us talk about hockey on this program, okay? Not gonna happen.
That's another topic that we do not discuss on this program.
Yeah. It's right up there with Karl Malone. We don't talk about hockey.
And the Denver Broncos.
And
all right.
I mean, if they give Sean Payton, we don't talk about him. But
yep, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good possibility, but we'll get it.
Yeah, shit's exciting. This man's face is frozen. Come on, bro. McDonald's Wi-Fi. He asleep at the wheel. Y'all see this? All right, y'all. Y'all can't hear him. So we're just going to get into the NBA stuff. Oh, my God. This show stinks. Hey, this show stinks, okay? Yeah. It's just me. Just like that. Poof. All right. As y'all know, mid-February, All-Star Game's coming around. They just released the first fan vote for the All-Star Game. Kevon Looney is on there. Why? I don't know. Let me pull it up. Let's take a look at the top vote getters for the NBA All-Star Game. I believe as of right now, the captains would be LeBron and Kevin Durant. So let's see. Yeah, so this is what we're looking at. We got the second returns. Wow. Okay. This is East. We want all of it. We want all the smoke. Here we are. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Let's take a look. Utah 2023. Now, why isn't this sharing? We're just going to wait for our boy, bro. I don't know where this man ran off to.
Hey, there we are. Oh my God, what's up, guys? My internet died. I apologize. It's been a rarity these days for my internet to die on me. But it still happens. It still happens. So we'll get our co-host back in here. Sorry about that. Uh yeah, we got quite the episode for y'all today. Here he is. Here he is. Hey. Hey, buddy.
Vibes are dead.
Dude, we're having a killer intro.
For real.
You know what? You know why? You know what happened? I played the soundbite from the MVP. And you know what? Roger
Yeah,
Goodell
your internet
want to
said
hear it. So you know
your
what he
internet
did?
said get the hell out of here with that.
Yeah. You know what New York did? They doxed this program.
Yeah.
Because they were like, listen, we don't want to hear the Jalen Hurts propaganda. We don't
No,
want to
what
hear
they
it.
were trying to say is you're trying to say that man's winning the MVP. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they want it to be Pat Mahomes. It's cool. Listen,
It is Pat Mahomes.
I never said regular season MVP.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get into this. Let's get into
You
this.
have to make the bowl to be the Super Bowl MVP. Just letting you know.
Make the bowl. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Be cool. All right. Let's try this again.
Let's get into the All-Star shit.
Okay.
Oh,
you can kind of head this topic. I'm kind of asleep. I'll just react to your picks. Give you my opinions.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, as of right now, the format is 5 starters, 7 reserves in each conference, a total of 24 players. Okay. So what I did was 2 guards, 3 forwards as your starters, 3 guards, 4 forwards as your reserves. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll start in the Western Conference. My 2 guards, Steph Curry, Luka Doncic.
That is fair.
I don't think there's a debate. Steph before and I'm basing, like, for example, I don't have Anthony Davis in this because he hasn't played enough games for me.
Yeah.
You have to play at least 2/3 of the season. Steph just barely makes that cut. AD doesn't. So AD would be on here, but I'm not putting him on because he just hasn't played. He's been incredible when he has played. It's arguably been his best season, but no, not gonna happen. But yeah, I don't think those top 2 guard spots are arguable now. Steph and Luka.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Good. I agree with you there.
Forwards. Zion, LeBron, Jokic.
Zion, LeBron, who?
Jokic. The Joker.
Okay.
Jokic is having an MVP season. LeBron is averaging his like career high in points right now. And he's the only reason why they're afloat right now, especially with AD being out. And then Zion's just been on a warpath and they're number 1 seed in the West.
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram's been out, and I'm sorry, with the guards that there are out in the West, CJ McCollum doesn't make the cut for me. But I think they need a guy, and I think it should be Zion. And if you look at the other forwards I'm going to bring up, who really jumps them?
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, Zion has taken that step, getting healthy and being the lead guy in New Orleans like we all thought when he got drafted. Took a while, but you know, he's fine. It seems like he's finally piecing it together, and they're what New Orleans saw when they first drafted him. It looks like it's finally starting to take shape.
Yes. Yeah, as of right now, let me take a look at the standings.
And they still have the LA's picks for like the next 3 years. It's crazy.
New Orleans is actually 3rd, but they're only a game out.
Yeah, it's so close.
It is. The West is packed right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to say like from 1 to 12 is like a 9.5 game spread. That's crazy.
Yeah, 1 through 13 is a 9.5 spread.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
usually normal years, that's about the 1 through 8 spread.
maybe if that.
If that. Yeah, no, it's maybe even like 1 to 5 or 1 to 6.
Yeah. Like just for an example, in the West, the Oklahoma City Thunder are the 13th seed. They're 2 games out of 5th place.
That's just insane. It makes no sense.
They could go on a 3-game winning streak and find themselves out of the play-in in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But New Orleans has been on a tear. They haven't been very good on the road, but conference record's great, division record's great. They have one of the top home wins in the league, and Zion's been the focal point of that. So
yeah.
The reason why I brought up CJ is because my guards, I have Ja Morant, MVP candidate. Finally, I'm giving love to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He needs to be in the playoffs.
I agree.
Yes, and looking at
Shai is having a season.
Yeah. Right now, he is averaging 30 points, 5 rebounds, 5.5 assists on 50% from the field, 35 from 3, 91 from the line. Career high in PER, points, rebounds, assists, everything.
Yeah, he's almost 50, 40, 90, and you don't get that a lot.
They're out of the playoffs right now, but I mean, like I said, they can go on a 3-game win streak, and they're comfortably in the playoffs. So
yeah, no, I agree.
The teams above him.
He definitely has a case to be a starter with that.
He does. I just don't think he will because of how far out they are.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's hard to go against Steph and Luka to be a starter because there's
a chance.
Really, for the starters, it's based on like fan vote.
Yeah, a lot of times. So that's why Andrew Wiggins was a starter.
It's gonna be hard for him to beat them out, but he should be an all-star for sure.
Yeah,
it's been a long time coming for Shai.
Yes.
So
and they're a relevant team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
4 games under 500 is good enough to be close into the play-in. So.
Yeah, I agree. I like that pick.
Okay, and then my other guard. This is where my bias comes into play. I don't play bias in NFL. I do play bias mainly because it's love for me, okay? Klay Thompson's my third guard in reserves. Now, I'll tell you why. Their record isn't great, okay? But they've also been hammered with injuries. James Wiseman hasn't been there. Kuminga hasn't been there. Wiggins was out for 2 weeks. Steph's been out for 2 weeks. Klay in the stretch without Steph on the floor is averaging 33 points a game.
That's crazy.
On like 60, 50, 95.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to continue to play well. His averages for the season aren't great. He's averaging just shy of 21 a game. 20 points is good enough to get you into the playoffs. Here's a fun fact, though. Everyone's saying he's fallen off. His defense isn't quite caught up yet. Defensive win shares and plus minus when on the court is a career high right now. He has been unbelievable defensively. You may not see it in the steals blocks category, and that's with Wiggins out, who's arguably a top 5 wing defender in basketball.
Yeah.
Klay has been phenomenal on defensive end. So I feel like 21 points a game, 33 over the last 2-3 weeks. I feel like the buzz is going to start building, and he's going to get his way in. It was honestly a toss-up between him and Jordan Poole. They're literally averaging like the same exact numbers, but I like the defense with Klay.
Yeah, and plus I would say, I mean, Klay's been there before. Mm-hmm. He's got the popularity vote, the legacy vote. I can see it.
Yeah, I didn't give De'Aaron Fox love, who should be getting love.
He should, I was thinking, I'm like, man, you're missing somebody.
I don't think the team's good enough to have 2 All-Stars. So that's a hint as to who I have on the forwards.
Yeah. But if it wasn't going to be Klay Thompson, in my opinion, it'd probably be De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah. Or again, CJ, Damian Lillard's been playing really well.
It's so tough because there's so many good guards in the West.
Mm-hmm.
The West is just, I mean, and it's been this way for, a while now.
Yeah.
You go back to the turn of the century and beyond. I mean, the West has been loaded.
Yeah, for real.
As far as talent goes, it's always been.
Mm-hmm. For my forwards, the reason why I have 3 Warriors on here, I only think 2 of them get it.
I was gonna say 3 Warriors is kind of crazy.
No. I think one of Clay or this player will make the All-Star game with Steph. They're not going to have 3 unless fan votes through the roof. Wiggins. Mm-hmm. I think he's a lock as an All-Star this year, personally. If we look at Andrew Wiggins' numbers, okay, pull them up. Wiggins this season, he's averaging 18.5 a game, career high in rebounds, career high in 3-pointers. He's actually 3rd in the NBA in 3-point percentage this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's shooting above 50% total. His free throw is actually down, but he's also taking a lot less this year. He's only taking 2 a game, which is a career low. His steals are career high, and his blocks are career high. And he's also, like, I feel like the 3 points really built into that a lot, just because he's not a guy that – he's never shot above 40%, and this year he's shooting 43%. And, again, he's a top wing defender in basketball. I think he'll get in. His PER is a career – he's got a lot of stuff going for him, just the points aren't quite there. This is kind of like my Rudy Gobert gets into the All-Star game type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where the guy that may not have the counting stats gets in just because of performance. I think Wiggins gets in. I don't think Clay does, but I think the reason I don't think Clay gets in is because I think guards in the West are more loaded than forwards. So
yeah, they would. I mean, you would give a spot like that to Dame, CJ, De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a plethora of guys that could fill that spot.
Yeah.
So if it's not one, it's the other. Then I think Wiggs would probably have a better shot at making it.
Yeah. And honestly, like, Clay has an argument just because, like, if you want to talk about Dame, I don't feel like his numbers are high enough for him to compensate for not being in the play-in tournament right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Shea is different. Shea's he's going crazy. Like,
Shea's got all of Oklahoma on his back.
Yeah, and he's top 3 in points per game. Like, that's a big thing. And then with CJ, again, Zion's probably going to make it over him. And then, again, another forward I have, this is the reason why De'Aaron Fox isn't going to make it, I have Domantas Sabonis as a forward.
I agree.
Making the All-Star game. He's been incredible. He's leading the league in rebounds right now.
Yeah.
Looking back at that trade with Tyrese and Domantas Sabonis, it's been a win-win for both teams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
I mean, I know, like, me personally, like, when it first happened, I'm a big Tyrese guy. I love Tyrese.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, bro, why you have a pretty dynamic backcourt duo or trio, really? I mean, you had the rotation with Fox, Hield, Tyrese,
an off night. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Davion Mitchell was back up.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, the one thing about the Kings that they were really lacking with that core was a solid big man, and Sabonis is just what they needed. So
yeah, and I think the addition of Keegan Murray in the offseason and keeping Harrison Barnes is helping Domantas Sabonis defensively because he's not great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think that plays a big role in why they're winning games.
Yeah.
But
hey, beam team, light that beam, baby.
Yeah.
Coming out the closet this year.
My 2 other forwards, I have Lauri Markkanen, who's having a career year. He's been insane. Fallen off as of late, but I feel like his beginning of the season, like, elevation will ride into the All-Star game. Like, he's not going to make an All-NBA team because I don't think he's going to keep going. But, I mean, even still, looking at his numbers, he's averaging 24.5 a game on 52% shooting, 41 from 3. He's almost 50-40-90. Yeah, let me shut my mouth. Lauri Markkanen's been great.
Yeah.
He's played every game. Yeah, he's been incredible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way the Jazz started the season, like, that's so wacky.
Yeah, they're almost out of the playoffs now.
I mean, we didn't we see it coming, but it was a fun run while it lasted. Number 1 seed.
Mm-hmm. Again, that's why I don't have him as a starter. Like if they were still a top 4 seed, he could be in there over Zion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Same thing with Wiggins. If the Warriors were a higher seed, Wiggins could probably be a starter off of fan vote because he got there last year. So
yeah, I agree.
on less numbers. Yeah, and then my last guy, giving love to Paul George.
Yeah.
He is slotted as a forward this year. So he gets in based off of that precedent. If he was a guard, I don't think he'd make it.
No.
But
there's some interesting names that you left off of there. I mean, Devin Booker's one that's not on there.
Devin Booker, the Suns are crap, and Devin Booker's missed a bunch of games.
Yeah. Dame, but the Blazers have been kind of crap.
Yeah.
CJ, but there's so many guys.
I'm baking a whole lot into this. I'm baking in like, what's your seeding? What teams really deserve 2 All-Stars?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't have many teams with 2 All-Stars. I think I've got what? In the West, I've got 1 team, the Warriors. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they'll probably only end up with 2.
Yeah. And Draymond, that's one that's not on there. I mean, it's always in the West. It's really hard to, fill those spots. There's always great names and deep talent.
Yeah, and notice for my West and East, I only have 2 total centers making the game, making the
I know who the other one is.
Yeah, we already know who the other one is.
We already know that other one is.
But no, shout out to Paul George. Paul George is the only reason why the Clippers are even sniffing anything, because for some reason Kawhi doesn't like to play basketball anymore.
He likes to, he gets paid hundreds of millions of dollars to manage his load. Pause.
Yeah. There's a thing to be said about like, playing games keeps you in shape and gets you into shape. Like there's a reason why in practice in the NFL they play pads, because you need to take hits. That's why Le'Veon Bell, when he came back from a year being out, wasn't as good. You know what I mean?
That's why Deshaun Watson coming back after being out over a year and a half wasn't as good.
Kawhi not playing like once or twice a week is not good. That's since San Antonio, he's just continuously gotten worse and more injured because his body's not used to it. Yeah, after Toronto. He just hasn't, his body's not used to taking the beating. So when he goes out and plays 36 minutes, he's dead.
Yep. You'll see him again in 3 weeks.
Yeah, probably. Mm-hmm. He still hasn't played half the games this season. So
that's just insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm out on Kawhi. I'm honestly out on the Clippers because I thought Kawhi was actually going to play basketball this year, but no.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I look at the Clippers like I look at the Cowboys, honestly. It's all hype, but when push comes to shove, like we already know like what the deal is.
Yeah, my only thing is though with the Clippers is I can get high hopes for them because they have winners on their team. It's not like Dallas, who's like, they've got nothing. They've got nobody that's done shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas the Clippers, Kawhi's won a championship. Paul George has made deep runs in the playoffs alone with the Pacers, pretty much.
Yep.
Things like that, and quality role players. So
yeah, no, they got a squad over there, but it just
like Western Conference Finals isn't a failure for them. It's different. I feel like it's different in basketball because like in the NFL, I feel like a lot of teams, if they don't win the Super Bowl, it's a fail. It's not the same thing in the NBA. It's really not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, for example, Luka last year, making it to the Western Conference Finals was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that's my West. If you had to change one person, who would it be?
Probably De'Aaron Fox for Klay Thompson.
I just don't think the Kings deserve to.
I'm biased though.
Yeah, you're
biased though.
That's fine. I'm biased because I have 3 of them.
It's not like I'm saying that just because like the Kings are one of my teams. Like De'Aaron Fox is having like an all-star caliber year.
He is for sure.
Out of the guards that hadn't made aren't on your list that I can see realistically, like for the players and coaches and all the inside guys picking for those reserves, he's the guy on my list that most deserves it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm also baking in like recency of career. Like, what are your numbers?
No, I know. I get it. I get it.
Like, he's got a career low in assists, career low in steals, career low in free throw percentage. He's been great, but
yeah, not great in other areas.
Yeah. It looks better because they're winning.
Yeah.
So, like, LeBron would be probably certified MVP if they were winning more than half their games.
Yep.
So
they'd be gassing the whole career record.
I get the De'Aaron Fox love. I don't think he's a top 10 point guard, but whatever. I just don't like De'Aaron.
Obviously, it shows, bro. It shows.
Yeah. It's not that I don't like him. I just feel
Let's be real. Listen, would you have taken him or Lonzo Ball in the 2017 draft?
Back then, Lonzo. Back then? If we're talking back then, yeah, I'm picking Lonzo.
Back then.
Dude, Lonzo was insane in college. Insane. You know what I mean? It's different when you get into the league. You know what I mean? Then, John Morrison was a certified first-round pick 10 years ago. Who the fuck is he? Exactly.
Who?
John Morrison's considered the greatest college basketball of all time. Greatest college basketball player.
Who was that? Wait, I'm sorry. Who did you just say?
John Morrison.
Who's John Morrison?
You don't know who John Morrison is?
Are you talking about Adam Morrison?
That's his name. Exactly. That's my point, though. You see what I mean?
I know, bro. You sleep. He sleep.
Yeah, that's
I remember.
My point, back then, he's a certified first-round pick. Once you get into the league, things change. Back then, Lonzo was the certified number one guy. It was between him and Markelle Fultz, for fuck's sake.
Oh, my God. Don't remind me. Markelle Fultz?
Yeah, bro. He's doing things with Orlando. He's been doing things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Respect. Can't shoot for shit still, but.
Just imagine, though, like, I'm so off topic, but the Sixers drafted, like, Jason Tatum first overall instead of Markelle Fultz. Oh, my God.
Yeah, Jason Tatum and Joel Embiid would be insane.
With Jimmy Butler and Ben Simmons at that time. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That was the squad. And JJ Redick, bro. Oh, man.
Old men in the three.
Yep. Let's get to the East.
All right, to the East. My two starting guards, Trae Young and Donovan Mitchell.
You'd be mad at it.
Yeah, I'm not giving it to Jaylen Brown or Kyrie because I don't think Trae Young's played every game and he's the only reason why the Hawks are relevant right now. DeJounte Murray has fallen off.
Yeah. I mean, he started hot, but
yeah. And Jaylen, I've already got a Celtic starting. So
yeah.
My forwards, Jason Tatum, Giannis, and Joel Embiid.
I can't debate you there. I agree with
you
wholeheartedly.
Them and Luka are the top 4 MVP candidates. So
yeah.
It's weird to say, like, for example, one of my forwards in reserves is Kevin Durant. It's weird to say he's not going to be a starter because he will, because he's going to be a captain. But if this were me picking, those 3 deserve it over him.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, not to discount what Kevin Durant has done before the injury, because him and Kyrie are pretty much the reason why the Nets are the 2 seed in the East. But yeah, I mean, I gotta agree with you. It's a good thing
Kevin Durant should get a shit ton of love for a season. He's averaging his career high in points right now. So he's been insane and they've been rolling. But
yeah.
No, I like JT over him. I like Giannis over him, and I like Embiid. Embiid's averaging like 33 a game. Giannis is like 33, 4, like 11 and 7, some shit.
Yeah, it's just Giannis doing Giannis stuff.
Yeah, for real. Isn't that crazy to think that
keep going? Give me a second.
Yeah, I got you. I just think it's crazy to think how we see Giannis get like a 35, 17, and 6 game, and we're just not blown away by it. Like, that shit does not happen in the NBA. But no, like if we're looking at what Kevin Durant's done this season, what Jason Tatum's done this season, I feel like they're very comparable. The only reason I have Jason over Kevin Durant is specifically because right now Celtics are the 1 seed. So, hey, buddy.
Hey there.
Right.
I had the window in my bathroom open, and I just heard it's downpouring, so I had to go and close that quick.
No, I was just saying the reason I have Jason Tatum over Kevin Durant specifically is because right this second, Boston's got a 1-game lead in the conference on them. They're having like almost identical seasons.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yep.
There's like a coin flip, though.
Then again, you could make an argument Kevin Durant's been doing more with less. So
yeah, which he has, in my opinion. But
yeah, it's a toss-up.
I can't disagree with your starting 5.
No, I don't. No, you could switch around I mean, Donovan Mitchell, I feel like certified starter.
Absolutely.
Giannis and Embiid, Jason Tatum and Kevin Durant, those two will be flip-flopped.
Yeah.
So, my guards, you're gonna love these. Okay.
I'm excited for this.
Jaylen Brown, as he should.
Yeah.
Probably a top 3 two-way player in basketball right now.
Yep.
He's doing shit that, I mean, let's be honest, this is what Clay could be with a handle. It's like,
yeah,
truthfully.
That's true.
Yep. Kyrie, I do have Kyrie making it. As he should. Shit, the guy does some fucked up shit, but he can ball.
Yep.
Straight up.
Listen. Him and Ye are on the same timing, but he can ball.
Yeah. But Ye isn't dropping 30 points a game.
No. He's dropping late registration, college dropout.
He's losing.
It equals out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kyrie 30, college dropout, late registration. They're both bangers.
Mm-hmm. My third All-Star as a guard, as a reserve, Tyrese Halliburton.
That's a hot one right there.
Tyrese
like it.
needs to make the All-Star game, okay? I'm going to give you a couple reasons why. Number 1, they're the 7th seed right now, okay? And they're only 2 games out of 5th place. They have the second best home record in the East. Let's see. You know what's actually crazy? They're giving up more points a game than they're scoring. Their point differential is minus 0.01.
That's funny.
Wild. But in their last 10, they're 7 of 3. And I told you about this the other day. Tyrese right now, 20 points a game flat, 4 rebounds, 10 assists a game, leads the NBA. He's shooting 48%, 39, and basically 40 from 3, 88% from the line. Okay?
Yeah.
This stat line was basically Chris Paul's MVP year. Minus 2 points a game and up 2 assists.
Yeah.
This is better than any Steve Nash MVP.
If Tyrese Halliburton was playing basketball like 20 years ago, he'd be top 5 in the league.
Yeah. So I think Tyrese deserves some love, especially from where the Pacers were last year. But 4 months ago, or like 5 months ago, we were talking about the Pacers need to blow it up. They need to trade DeMontis. They need to trade Miles Turner. They need to get assets. Okay. They got one guy and the whole fucking thing turned around.
Yeah.
That's what a playmaking point guard does for you. Mm-hmm. He's been incredible. It's not just him though. Benedict Mathurin has been great as a rookie.
Yeah.
And Miles Turner has been arguably a all-star center. So he just hasn't played as much. So, but I think Reese needs to make the All-Star game.
I'm not
because
mad at that.
When you look around in the East as guards, one guy I'm missing on is Darius Garland.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah, not playing as much.
Yeah.
You could, if you wanted to, you could throw Zach LaVine in there. Zach LaVine hasn't played.
James Harden. but he also hasn't played.
Yeah, he was out for a month. Like, there's some guys on here.
Jimmy
DeJounte
Butler.
Murray. Jimmy Butler's not a guard.
Oh, he's listed as a forward. Got it.
Yeah. But, I mean, Tyler Hero is averaging like 24 a game. It's just, I think the impact has been the biggest with Tyrese.
Yeah, for sure.
And he deserves some love for it.
Yeah.
No cap.
No cap.
I never
Or
capped.
DeRozan. He's listed as he's not listed as a guard, is he?
No.
Oh.
My forwards. DeMar DeRozan.
You're like, damn, you calling out all my shit right now.
Facts, bro. DeMar DeRozan, mid-range killer. Let's see what he's doing. His numbers are like inflated as shit too. DeMar DeRozan this season,
You know what
26
type of timing we're on.
26, 5 and 5, 50% from shooting. That's basically all mid ranges. He's got a career high in free throw. He's taking less 3-pointers a game. His 3-pointers.
Does he really have to take them though?
No, he doesn't, because the dude shoots 15 mid ranges a game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But no, he's been incredible. He's pretty much on pace with his season last year. He's just taking less shots.
Yeah.
He's taking 2 less shots and only averaging 1 point less a game.
That's not bad.
So he's been more efficient total wise.
Yeah.
So yeah, DeMar deserves some love. My other forwards, obviously Kevin Durant. Don't need to say much about that.
For sure.
It's probably going to be a starter. Yeah. Incredible. Slim Reaper.
Sensation.
Love to see it. Easy money sniper.
He makes it effortless.
I'm pretending you didn't say that. Another guy who needs love this season, Pascal Siakam.
I agree.
He's been insane. 26 a game, 8 rebounds, 6.5 assists on 47% shooting, 34 from the three, but a career high in PER. And the Raptors are in the mix. So
yeah, I mean, as a big, you can only do so much. You know what I mean? Like you can't have it all. No. So 34 from 3 isn't terrible. It's not the worst, but it's enough.
It's slightly below league average.
Yeah, which
with all the shooting on that team, not worried about it. Freddie shooting 40%, Gary Trent shooting 40%. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My last forward, and I regret to say, Julius Randle. The forwards are pretty dead in the East, but I mean, Julius has been good. 24 a game, 10 rebounds. The exact same percentage from 3 as Pascal, with a better total field goal percentage, career high in PER, win shares is through the roof, career high in points. He's been great. I hate Julius Randle because he takes like 17 threes a game for no reason. Yeah, for some reason, God. His average for his career on threes a game is 5. He's shooting 11 of them things a game.
I don't know. Cool. I couldn't tell you.
It's cool. I'm here for it.
Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem.
He's been good, I guess. Because Jalen Brunson, I don't think has lived up to his contract. RJ Barrett's been dead all year.
Yeah.
God.
I
won't look at it.
Yeah, I understand they missed out on Donovan Mitchell and it was tough, but geez, you did not have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, RJ's not been bad. All his shooting percentages are down, but he's averaging the same points as last year. So he's just basically shot chucking this year. So RJ Barrett's been bad. Jalen Brunson's been mid. Who the fuck's even else is on their team? Evan Fournier?
Emmanuel Quickly. He's a bucket.
He's cool.
What's
Emmanuel Quickly doing this year? What is he doing? Not Iman. Emmanuel Quickly. There we go. Iman Shumpert broke the goat. Emmanuel Quickly is basically having a repeat of his last year.
Yeah.
On slightly better total field goal, like 2% less on 3. Yeah, he's just been mid. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's also averaging the same amount of points in 5 more minutes a game. So he's had a bigger role this season, and he hasn't done anything with it. So like,
Yeah, it is what it is.
yeah. But if you look at it, they are the 6th seed right now, comfortably. Someone's got to get the credit. It's got to be Julius Randle. So
Agreed.
Yes,
I mean,
teams.
yeah. I mean, you had some notable guys off that list there, though.
Like who?
Bam's
Harden,
Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton's only played like 2 games.
I know. I know. That's I'm not saying that, but I'm just, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get the Bam love. The Heat are ass.
Yeah.
Compared to what they should be this year.
Yeah.
I mean, Bam, he might make it. He's having a career year. But
Yeah.
Bam is so hit or miss for me, bro. Because one day he'll have 30 and 17, and then the next game he'll have 12 points and 6 rebounds on 3 shots.
I know. It's
like,
so weird.
I just don't fuck with Bam like that. That's and weird. Honestly, is he the second best player on that team?
Probably.
It's a question.
Yeah. I mean, Jimmy Butler by far is your best player. But after that, I mean,
Tyler
at least
Hero
what I
or
think
Bam?
of is Bam, Tyler Hero, who's your 6th man.
But if you look at Tyler Hero this year,
yeah,
he's been nuts. He's averaging 22 a game, career high in rebounds, career high in assists, career high in shooting, career high in PER.
Yeah.
He's been an above average defender this year based off his stats.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't sit here and say that Bam is a better player than Tyler Hero because Tyler Hero's lighting that shit up.
Yeah. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So
Cunningham's another one that's not on there, who's having a pretty decent year.
My only thing with Cam though, because he went down with that like injury, like surgery with his knee, he's not playing the rest of the year. So yeah, he's out for the year.
Oh.
And like
he was playing when he was playing though, he was playing real good.
Yeah, he's been really good. The reason why I justify like having Steph in the All-Star game and having like Paul George is like the difference between them and Anthony Davis is like Steph's back. He's going to be back for when the voting's done. Paul George is back. He's going to be playing. Anthony Davis is still out, and we don't know when he's coming back.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know. My fantasy team's hurting because of it.
Yeah, I mean that's really been since they won the championship 2020. That's really been the story with AD.
Yeah. I think this year though, it's kind of been worth it because how he's been playing.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen what Anthony Davis is doing this year? I'll run it by you.
All right.
28 a game, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, career high. His 3 points gone back up. He's shooting 60% from the field. Wow. Career high in free throw. And there's one other thing I thought was very interesting. Oh yeah, he's the only guy in the league averaging 2 blocks and 2 steals.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's been insane. It's just we don't know if he's coming back like soon.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
I can't hate on it too much.
Yeah,
it's pretty
an
solid teams.
On Basketball Reference, the last thing posted by Anthony Davis. This was on the 9th, so a couple days ago. The Lakers are optimistic that Anthony Davis could return to the lineup in a couple weeks. Optimistic, couple of weeks. That's probably 3 weeks to a month.
Yep.
All-Star game will pretty much be here by then. So
4 to 6 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see him actually getting
I don't either.
Unless it's a starter as a fan vote.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And people come by. Some of the guys that I didn't talk about will replace some of these guys if they're down for the All-Star game. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Darius Garland there. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw guys like Miles Turner or people like that. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. CJ McCollum.
Yeah. So. I agree.
That's my take, bro.
I cannot hate on it too much. I agree.
Can't
with a lot of it.
Mm-hmm. I put a lot of effort into this.
You made it look Steffortless.
It is Steffortless, bro.
Mm-hmm. All right. Why don't we pivot?
Yeah, let's pivot, bro.
it's playoff time in the National Football League. So what we're gonna do? The matchups are set. Matchups, seeds, all the things of that nature. We're on playoffpredictors.com, and we're gonna do our brackets live.
We'll start with yours.
All right.
Since I just talked for
an hour. Okay. All right. Look at that Nike shoe. So here's the first week, the wild card round. I mean, as we can see, the Eagles and the Chiefs locked up the number 1 seed, both at a record of 14-3. Pretty solid.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, in my opinion, the whole Buffalo-Cincinnati thing wasn't really going to make a huge difference on whether Buffalo would have had the 1 seed or not. Looking back at it. So, honestly, it wasn't really the worst thing in the world. Like, the road for Buffalo is still very much there.
Oh, 100%.
And also the news that came out, they determined the neutral playing site for Bills Chiefs, the Mercedes-Benz field in Atlanta.
I think that's a good choice. It's a beautiful stadium.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, and another thing too.
What?
Before we get into this, another thing too. I don't know if you saw this pop up on Twitter. There's going to be, so you know how the World Cup's coming to the U.S. in 2026?
Yep.
8 NFL stadiums have been chosen to host it.
Including the link. I did see that.
You don't want to watch the World Cup at the link?
I'm down.
Yeah,
catch a Cristiano Ronaldo sweet in the link.
4 years from now, I don't know if he'll play.
Link.
Not that I give a shit about soccer.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck, but
yeah, but I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And the other great thing about that is too, every team that got selected for it, any team that's turf is changing to grass.
Yep.
Which is good for the players.
Good. Hopefully MetLife gets picked so they can change their turf to grass.
Yeah, so we stop killing people. No wonder why we won games this year.
Yep. Hey, the turf monster got him. Hey, Philadelphia knows about that with the vet. We've been there. We've done that. Yeah. I was reading that some of the stadiums are going to have to modify the stadiums to fill the field.
Yeah, they'll have to like move the fucking seats on the edges.
They're gonna like the Chiefs. They're gonna have to take out entire rows.
I didn't see who it's gonna be, like what teams it is.
I saw the Eagles and I saw the Chiefs. I didn't see anybody.
Those are not surprising. I'd love to see soccer in Lambeau.
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Like Philadelphia, KC,
SoFi, the Raiders.
Yep.
Atlanta probably will.
Vegas, Miami.
I said Vegas.
Oh, yeah. I didn't hear you.
Miami. Whatever. I think, isn't Chicago going to have a new stadium built by then?
I don't know. Tennessee is, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, theirs looks badass.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a topic for a couple years down the line.
Yeah, we'll have 8 million subscribers.
Hell yeah. Yep.
Yeah, bro.
We'll have this segment presented by Philly Mike in the Philly Talk podcast. Shout out Philly Mike.
Shout out Philly Mike. You'll be working for us in a few years.
My dog.
Much love.
Much love.
All right, let's get into your shit. I can't wait to see how wrong you are.
I can't wait to see how wrong you are. All right, what do you want to start with? You want to go AFC then NFC or NFC then AFC?
Yeah, go AFC to NFC. Right, like a book.
All right. So we got this first round here. The 4-5 game between Jacksonville and the Chargers. This is probably like in my opinion, the game where like it's a coin flip. Literally either of these teams can win. Jacksonville's at home. I mean, they've had the tremendous turnaround under Doug Peterson. They're peaking at the right time. The Chargers also have been playing pretty solid this year. I mean, it's their first playoff berth under Brandon Staley and Justin Herbert. Although they did just lose Mike Williams, and that's going to be a huge blow for them.
If he like, it's not if he has a game that we bet on him and he has like one target.
Yeah, literally.
It's not gonna matter.
The Josh Palmer game.
Yeah.
What's
your respect on Josh Palmer name? That's
true. I mean, what he does for their offense, honestly, or obviously, he stretches the field, opens it up for Palmer and DeAndre Carter.
Keenan Allen.
Have a receiver. Keenan
Allen. You fucking Jesus,
bro! I'm so sleep on Keenan Allen because he's always hurt.
He's so good though.
He never plays.
He's so good.
I know when he's healthy, he's good, but he's been hurt like for the last 6 years.
Yeah, it'll happen.
I think this is going to be a close game.
Mm-hmm.
Really close. This might honestly go to overtime.
It could.
I got the Jags.
Okay.
In OT. I think Doug Peterson's playoff experience is going to be the difference here as a coach. Yep. I mean, it's Brandon Staley, Justin Herbert. It's their first time in the dance. Doug Peterson's been here. I mean, he took the Eagles to the playoffs. Was it 3 out of the last 4 years he was there?
Mm-hmm.
He's got the experience. He knows what it takes, and he's got them playing really good football. And it's not like the Jags; they're so underrated.
Yeah.
I'm so bullish on the Jags, bro. I like them to win against the Chargers.
I like it.
This next matchup, the 3-6 game. The Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Ravens at home. I don't really think this needs much explanation. I got the Bengals beating the Ravens handedly. I mean, Lamar Jackson's not going to play.
Yeah.
I think the Ravens are down to their third string quarterback.
Anthony Brown.
Yeah. Oh man, I love the Ravens defense, but you got their offense is not going to win them playoff games. And going up against the Bengals, who are also peaking at the right time here. I hate to say it, but we're going to be looking at a Ravens pack.
Probably.
So yeah, Cincinnati by a mile. The 2-7 game, the Miami Dolphins going into Buffalo to take on the Bills. Miami's without Tua. They're starting Skylar Thompson again. Give me the Bills handedly. If Tua was playing, I would say that this is probably going to be closer than like what the spread probably is. I haven't looked at it. We're going to go over that in a little bit when we really get into these matchups.
Mm-hmm.
But give me the Bills. They're gonna do their thing. I did see a stat though. Let me see if I can find it. This was about wild card underdogs. Let's see if I can find it. If I don't, I'll just kind of like off the top of my head it. Because it says something about like underdogs in the wild card round just absolutely killing it as far as like winning,
covering,
like straight up
winning.
Wins.
Wow.
Like, and it's like it's a wide spread.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 out of 6 every year.
Yeah. I gotta find it. I saw it. I literally saw it this morning. I thought. Maybe not. Whatever. It was like a wide, like at the spread. It was some ridiculous record.
Yeah.
So
honestly, real quick, if you want, let's just break down the games as we're doing it. So you can explain your reasoning, and I'll explain mine. And when I do mine, we'll just do it that way.
all right, fair. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the Bills Dolphins go, the Bills are much more talented than the Dolphins. They're without Tua, which
Yeah.
again, like I have my questions about Tua making this like with his decision making against good teams and games where you have to have it. So like playoff games, I really like this would be a huge first playoff game to see where Tua is, like playoff Tua to gauge like, all right, this is what he has to work on, this is how far he is away from making like being that guy. I mean, we saw with Jalen Hurts last year going up against the Bucks. I mean, he had a really good year last year. Went in the playoff game, got absolutely smoked. We were like, all right, this is what he needs to work on. He came back out this year, and Eagles are #1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to see that with Tua, but obviously, like health is most important, so
of course
can't fault them for that. But I don't see them taking down the Bills. If they do, I would be shocked, absolutely shocked.
I wouldn't, but
I would with Skylar Thompson at quarterback, bro. I don't know.
True. You got a point.
I don't know about him. That's the thing. I sleep on Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
But who knows? All right, NFC time. This is where it gets interesting. I mean, do we want to get in the spreads too, or just break down the matchups?
Let's just break down them. We can mention the spreads, but we don't have to go like deep dive into it.
I'm just gonna mention the matchup.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the 4-5 game. This is the Monday night game. Everybody's gonna be tuned in for this. Dallas Cowboys going into Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. This is an all-time matchup for the first round if you've ever seen it. I mean, you got the Dallas Cowboys who, news media outlets would like you to think are the Super Bowl favorite out of the NFC. You got your Cowboys guys on high horses like, oh man, this is their mirror, them boys. Tom Brady and the Bucks just sneaking in at 8-9. You got the Tom Brady provisional playoff spot out of the NFC South. But they have been peaking at the right time. They're gelling just when it matters most. And Dallas has never beat Tom Brady ever in his career.
Yep.
He's undefeated against Dallas.
7-0.
I think that remains true. I got the Buccaneers taking off Dallas Cowboys at home. This is going to be a close game, like it always is when the Bucs play the Cowboys. I think Tom Brady turns back the clock, game-winning drive, and then puts it in Dak Prescott's hands. Interception. Or just in key situations in the game, Dak is going to make a mistake. And he leads the league in interceptions. He's been an int machine.
Yes.
Since he's gotten back. Yes, they're 8-3 with Dak, but he's been an int machine. Okay, let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
You cannot go deep in the playoffs when you are leading the league in interceptions.
Unless you're Matt Stafford last year.
Games, and he's leading the league in interceptions.
Yep.
I think this is going to be a low-scoring game, in my opinion, but I think Tampa Bay ekes it out.
Okay.
Next matchup here, New York Giants going into Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Now, this was an interesting matchup when they first played like 3 weeks ago. The Vikings won at home on that 61-yard field goal. Game winner. It's not, listen, it's funny. My girlfriend's dad was telling me, because he's a Giants fan, shout out. Since 1980, there have been 6 60-plus yard field goals for the win. Like, kicked at the buzzer, walk off. The Giants have lost on 3 of those 6.
That's funny.
that I did not know that, but that's just hilarious as an Eagles fan. Here's the thing. You rested. You got a week of rest. Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley are fresh. This is a huge game. You guys already played each other. I think this is going to be a replay of that game. I don't believe in the Vikings defense. You're going to see a primetime Kirk sighting because they're playing in prime time.
Yep.
I got the Giants in an upset.
Okay.
It's going to be close. I know it's going to be close.
Mhm.
Probably overtime, if I had to guess. I wouldn't be surprised, but I think the Giants come out, and I think they take off the Vikings.
I respect it.
It would be like the shot heard around the world. You know what I mean? That would be the highlight of it, but I just don't believe in Minnesota going deep. It's just something about I don't know, bro. I don't know.
It's all good.
I can't. There's something about Kirk. I cannot put my faith in Kirk Cousins to take me to the promised land. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
Like they got a really good offense. I ain't gonna lie. They got pieces around them. Their defense. They also have guys on defense, but their defense is lackluster at times.
Yeah, it hasn't been great.
Yeah, no, hasn't been great. And when you got the Giants, like they'll stick around. Brian Daboll, with this win, in my opinion, now I'd like to see Nick Sirianni win it, but if Daboll wins this game, I think that cements him as Coach of the Year.
I agree. 100%.
Yeah. So that's what I think about that game. Next game, the last wild card matchup, the 2-7, the 49ers taking on the Seahawks at home. I think this is going to be closer. I think the spread was like plus 10 for the Seahawks.
Minus 9.5.
Minus 9.5. All right. So call it 10. I think the Seahawks cover, but I think the Niners win.
Okay.
I think this is going to be a really close game. I mean, I think we've all seen the video of like, oh, the media said the Seahawks are so nervous right now. And you see Geno Smith hitting the gritty, other guys coming in hitting the gritty, Pete Carroll rolling in on a freaking scooter. Like, what the fuck is going on in Seattle? Like, come on, bro.
They're just happy to be there.
Literally, yeah. I mean, he's like, unfortunately, we have to play the 49ers. They're playing some mind games. I think they're going to come out. They're going to give the Niners a run for their money. I mean, this is a division game. This is the third time they're playing each other this year. It's going to be close. It's family business. But I think the Niners ultimately eke it out.
Yeah.
So that's my wild card first round. I mean, I got 5 of the 6 favorites winning. I got one upset with the Giants.
Actually, the Chargers are favored.
The Chargers are favored. Oh,
minus 2.5.
Oh, okay. So I guess 2 of the 2 upsets. But I was talking about it from a seed perspective. But yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to just continue going, or do you want to do
hit
wild
next?
card? Huh?
Hit next, and let's keep going.
All right. All right. Divisional round. Look at these matchups. All right. We'll start with the AFC. The Cincinnati Bengals going into Buffalo to take on the Bills. I mean, this has all the makings of a rematch. We're on a collision course for a DeMar Hamlin game.
Yes.
This is going to be an all-time classic.
I hope that's the night game on Sunday.
I think they would flex that into like the biggest primetime slot if this is how the matchups go, which I think is going to be how it goes.
Yeah.
But that's going to be an insane matchup. In Buffalo, It's tough, man. It's so tough.
It is.
Man, I don't know, bro.
It's a
tough.
toughie.
I think this would be a really close game. I think with the home field and the DeMar Hamlin, the energy in Buffalo, I think they narrowly win against Cincinnati.
Okay.
Narrowly. They're probably on like a game-winning field goal or something. I'm not going to say this one goes to overtime. I don't think it does. But I think this one comes down to the bitter end.
Yeah, whoever's got the ball last wins.
Yeah. I think Buffalo with being at home, with the energy and the aura around them, with the DeMar Hamlin stuff, I think they get the job done. I don't know how far he is in his recovery and stuff of being able to be there. I think if he shows face at that game, it's wraps.
I don't think anything's stopping him from going to that game.
Yeah,
because he's home now. So
yeah. So I think he might go this week.
No, I don't think so. He's gonna wait for that matchup.
Fair, yeah.
He might no shit. He might be on not playing, but he'll be on the fucking sideline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree. Yeah, I think Buffalo would narrowly beat them.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be an all-time classic, though. I'm not gonna
100%.
understate that. Next AFC matchup, the Jags coming into KC, the Arrowhead Invitational. The student meets the teacher once again, Doug and Andy. Yep. I think KC wins this one. There's not really much to say about it. I mean, KC's the better team. I think Doug will make it interesting, but I think KC will win by like 10 to 12, probably. Maybe more. Probably
2 scores.
More.
2 scores.
2 to 3 scores, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like 14 to 17 points. Yeah. All right. Enough of that. Into the NFC. So, the 2-4 slot with the San Francisco 49ers taking on Tampa Bay Bucks at home. This is going to be another one. This is going to be another tough one. This is a rematch from the regular season. The 49ers beat the brakes off of the Bucks. That was the game I think Debo got hurt.
Yeah.
And they still, it was like 35-0. It was ugly. Yeah, it
was bad.
Oh, man. I got to go San Francisco. I think it's going to be super close.
Okay.
Super, super close. I think it's going to be like the divisional round against the Rams last year. How the 49ers started hot. Tom Brady comes back. It gets to be like a miracle Cooper Cup play to like break it open and for the Rams to win. I think it'll be like a Christian McCaffrey, Debo Samuel miracle play to steal it for the Niners. But I think it takes everything out of the Niners to put Tom Brady down.
Okay.
So yeah, I got the 49ers. The 1-6 matchup, the Eagles taking on the Giants at home. I mean, you already know where I'm going with it. It's gonna be close. Not like, I don't think it's gonna be like a 1-score game.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be what we saw at MetLife, the absolute body bag game. But I got the Birds.
Okay.
They'll probably win by like 2 to 3 scores. Same as the Chiefs Jags. I think the prior week was the highlight for the Giants. Obviously, they're running into and this is family business, of course, so it's going to be interesting early. But I mean, you got one of, if not the best teams in football coming off of a bye week.
Yeah.
Getting their guys healthy. Jalen Hurts coming, doing his thing. It's really nothing else to be said.
True.
So that gives us all-time classic conference championship matchups of Bills, Chiefs, 49ers, Eagles. I think everybody's kind of leaning towards this.
Yeah.
So the AFC matchup. Bills going into Arrowhead Invitational to take on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm-hmm. Well, going into Atlanta.
Yeah, in Atlanta. No Arrowhead Invitational. This is in Atlanta. The Mercedes-Benz, not Superdome, not so Superdome of Atlanta.
Yes.
This is another coin flip, in my opinion.
A dome game. Mm.
Yeah. This is almost like the pre-Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This is so weird.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's so weird. It's so tough. It's such a coin flip. I can see both of these teams winning.
Yeah.
I mean, time and time again, Kansas City has proven to beat the Bills in these moments when it's mattered most. Oh man, I don't know.
To me, if you want my input, this is a rivalry game for the Bills. It's not for the Chiefs. The Chiefs got business with that team in Cincinnati. They're not worried about this team.
Yeah, but they're not facing that team, so
No. Mm-mm.
So that's the thing. You know what?
Neutral site, like a London game.
I know, bro. It's so tough. Now, I think the Bills will get it done.
Okay.
I think the neutral site plays into their hands.
A little bit, yeah.
Because it's so hard to go into Arrowhead and get the win. They've been close numerous times. I mean, they did it in the regular season, but blah, bitty, blue, blah, blah. I'm talking about in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Last year in the divisional round, oh my God. I thought that they had it with the third touchdown to Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
I thought that game was over, and then Patrick Mahomes with 16 seconds left takes them into field goal range and forces overtime. Yeah, I think.
Remember, no more of that weird fucking first person to score wins shit.
I know. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Other team gets a chance.
Yeah. College football OT rules. Yeah, I think the Bills pull off a major upset here. I think it just fills the DeMar Hamlin steam even more.
Yep.
The Bills have been knocking at the doorstep for 2 to 3 years now. I think they finally get over the hump. And I think it's the fish out of water thing with the neutral site.
Yeah.
I can totally see that coming into play.
Yeah, and this is honestly my opinion. This is Buffalo's best chance at getting over on KC because our division's only going to get better. The AFC East is only going to get better.
Yeah.
And the AFC West is only going to get worse because Derek Carr is up out of there.
Yep.
So
I think
this is their best chance because they're not playing in Arrowhead.
Yep. I think they get off on them.
Okay.
So that locks the Bills in for the Super Bowl in Arizona. On our way to the NFC over here, San Francisco coming into the link to take on the Eagles for the NFC crown. It's gonna be electric. This is gonna be a tough game for both these teams. Yes. I think it's another one of those games where it's like absolute dogfight. It's gonna be telling to see the Eagles' health at this point, because Jalen Hurts is nursing the shoulder. I think the divisional round with the Giants, I think, who gives a shit? It's the Giants.
Yeah.
You get Lane Johnson back. Avonte Maddox has an outside chance to be back, depending on the toe thing, but I doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Now, I'm going to give you two scenarios, but I'm going to go Eagles.
Okay.
I think the Eagles beat them. I have three scenarios. My Eagle bias, I think they put them in a pack. I think they put the Niners in a pack at home. I think it's kind of a replay of 2017 with the Vikings, the Minneapolis Miracle. They needed the miracle play to knock off the Saints. They come out the next week flat as hell, and the Eagles just steamroll them out. I can see that being a thing. Like if we look back here, and it's like,
I hear
Purdy
you.
Hail Mary to Debo or Brandon Ayuk or something crazy to beat Tom Brady. I can see it. I also think in like a close game, I think the Eagles can beat them.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles can beat them either way. The only way that the 49ers win, and I can see it happening, I do, if they outcoach the Eagles. I think the Eagles has a
very well.
Yeah. I think the Eagles roster overall, on paper, is better than the Niners. Just from top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
They have the most talented roster in the league. It's clear as day. I mean, 17 total Pro Bowl considerations from your starters is crazy. That does not happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's the coaching that really, really gets to me. Because this is the best Philadelphia Eagles team on paper that has ever existed. But Jonathan Gannon takes too long to adjust on defense. He waits till halftime to adjust. You cannot wait till halftime to adjust when you're playing the 49ers in the championship game.
No.
That's got to be like a series thing.
Yep.
I don't have as much worry on the offensive side of the ball just because Jalen Hurts opens up so much and they're able to do literally anything when he's 100%, which I don't know if he's going to be 100%. I think he's going to be like 90 to 95%, but I think it's enough. It'll open up things and he'll be able to do what he does. It's the defense that I worry about.
Yeah.
If Jonathan Gannon gets outcoached by Kyle Shanahan, like clear as day, they lose.
Mm-hmm.
And that would put the 49ers in, but I see the Eagles going.
Okay.
So there's your non-Eagle bias scenario.
I respect it.
But I got the Eagles. So that would make my Super Bowl Bills-Eagles. That'll absolutely break the league. Two rabid fan bases buying for the bowl. I mean, the Bills with the huge long history of dropping the bag 4 years in a row in the 90s. They're finally back with a chance to right their wrongs and do it for DeMar Hamlin. Going up against the Eagles, who have a quarterback who he has championship experience in college. He has wrongs to right in the sense that in that national championship game against Georgia, he got benched for Tua.
Yep.
He's got wrongs to right, and he is so locked in. Like this is the result he wants. This is where Jalen Hurts wants to be, the Super Bowl. That's what the team's chasing. That's what both of these teams. I mean, everybody's chasing that. I think I think this is another one of those offensive performances.
Mhm.
If it was KC, I think it's also another one of those offensive performances.
Yep.
Again, with the Niners matchup, I can see Buffalo, if they outcoach the Eagles, I can see them winning this game.
Yeah.
But I think the Eagles will beat the Bills close, one-score game.
Mhm.
But if they get outcoached, the Bills will win.
Okay.
That's all it comes down to. The Eagles are more talented than the Niners, more talented than the Bills. But if they get outcoached, flat out, they can lose to both of those teams and Kansas City. But I don't have them there. But it's the same rides for Kansas City. So to sum it all up, here is my final bracket. Take a look. Jags, Chiefs, the Chargers to the Chiefs, Bills, Dolphins here, Bengals, Ravens here. Chiefs, Jags to the AFC Championship, Bills, Bengals here, Chiefs, Bills, Bills to the Super Bowl. And then here, Vikings get upset by the Giants, Niners, Seahawks, Niners go, Bucks, Cowboys, Bucks go. Niners beat the Bucks, Eagles beat the Niners, Eagles beat the Bills. Pretty simple.
Okay.
I
And
think that's likely.
Just for fun, I'll write it down. What's your score of that game? Eagles, Bills.
Eagles, Bills, Super Bowl?
Yep.
I can see it being like 38-33 or 38-34 or something like that.
Okay.
Or
all right. 38-33 is what I wrote down.
Yeah.
Your first initial guess.
I can see it being high scoring. I mean, when they played the Patriots in Super Bowl 52, that was the most explosive offensive performance for both teams in Super Bowl history. 41-33. I think that matchup and the Chiefs matchup, both of those have a potential for like a high scoring, high powered offensive performance.
I agree. I don't hate your bracket. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it.
You like how I like tone the bias a little bit?
Yeah. You actually gave me legitimate reasons as to why the Eagles will win the Super Bowl. Not some BS.
You call me biased, bro.
Not this
Here's
time. No,
bias.
you gave me legitimate.
We curb stomped the Here, you want to hear my bias? I was holding in the whole time.
No, I want to do my bracket
at home. The 49ers come, we put them in a Brock Purdy pack. Then we go to the Bills. NFL ain't getting us on that one. Number 2. I'll be sitting here on this pod in about a month's time. Not with 1 ring, with 2.
All right. That's fine.
All right, I'm done with the bias. But yeah, that's my bracket. I think it's very likely.
Yeah.
I think I can see Chiefs Bills being interchangeable. If the Niners have a perfect game, I can also see them going to the Super Bowl. It's going to take the Eagles beating themselves and the Niners having an absolute perfect game for them to go, in my opinion. Because really, that's what we've seen when the Eagles lose. It's not like they get just straight outperformed by the other team. They beat themselves. So that's my opinion.
Nice, bro.
All right, it's your turn.
All right, brother. Let's make sure this fucking works.
Do you want me to download that so you can upload bracket? Tweet. Oh.
I'm sharing, but it's not coming up.
Okay.
Do you have to do something with it?
I'm gonna save it as like a picture on my computer.
I'm sharing my screen. Is it not coming up?
Hold on. I'm not even looking, bro.
Oh. Because I'm gonna need you. Oh, there we go.
There's your screen. Sorry.
Sweet. No, you cool. You cool. All right. I honestly think this round has a lot of pretty interesting matchups. For me, I'll do the same way you went. I'll go AFC to NFC. For me, this game's not as close as people think it is. I'm taking the Jags, and I think that's probably going to be the only outcome. I think Trevor Lawrence is the better quarterback.
I agree.
I think they have more trustworthy coaching. I think they're healthier. So I like the Jags in this game. The Chargers
I think they're more put together than the Chargers. Like
the Chargers
we kind of know what we're getting from the Jags. We don't know week to week what we're getting from the Chargers. It's so freaking inconsistent.
The only thing that's been consistent for them all year has been Austin Eckler. That's it.
Yeah.
So
other than that, it's just been a bunch of like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that game's too hard for me. Bengals Ravens. I'm taking the Bengals. The Ravens. They're starting Anthony Brown. Who? Joe Burrow is the second best quarterback in football. I'll say it again and again and again. Even if Lamar's playing, I'd probably still take the Bengals. Yeah. I think this game will be closer than what people think, even though it's Anthony Brown starting. I think that defense will slow the Bengals down a little bit, and the Ravens will definitely take off some clock because they'll run the ball 35 times.
Yeah.
But
they just don't have like offensive firepower like the Bengals do.
Yeah, they don't.
Stick around.
I don't think it's that hard for me to pick the Bengals there.
Yeah.
Sort of the same thing with Bills Dolphins. Like Dolphins are playing Skylar Thompson. Who? And they haven't shown all year that they have a run game that they can lean on with Skylar Thompson. I think the Bills have too many playmakers on offense. I think this is probably a rout. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Josh Allen sit the last two drives. I genuinely believe that. So, I don't think that game's going to be very close, even though I have no faith in the Bills. NFC, this game. So I'm going to give you a little stat, okay? I get that Brady's beaten them 7 times straight. He's not the same guy this year. He's just not.
Okay? Are you sure? Pull up the stats.
The offensive line hasn't been the same. It's not as good. Dallas's front seven's ridiculous, okay? They don't have to get sacks to dominate the offensive line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we've seen Brady struggle under pressure. We've seen it too many times. I think this is, and here's another thing too. The Cowboys don't lose back-to-back games this season. They haven't lost a back-to-back game this season. They've been really good. And what does that tell you? Even though it's Mike McCarthy, they're coached well. Not great, but they're coached well. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't expect Dallas to come out flat again. I think last week they didn't expect to get the 1 seed and they weren't playing. I mean, obviously it's not an excuse to lose to Sam Howell, but like I'm a little bit higher on Dallas than you are. I think they've got top to bottom a top 3 roster in the league. They're strong. They're really strong. I just don't think the Bucs have enough. I really don't.
Yeah.
I just don't.
My thing, until Dallas proves to me that they can make a deep playoff run, I just can't fathom the idea that they can win 2 or 3 playoff games.
Here's my thing though. This is just 1 game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. I'm just saying I don't know, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it. We haven't seen it in almost 30 years, so
it's fine.
I don't know. I mean, for sure it's their best shot they've had in all that time, but
I think they get over on the Bucs. I just think they're way too much better of a team. I think they're better coached. Todd Bowles has been ass this year.
He has been ass.
I just think the Cowboys have too much for Tom Brady to overcome at this age with the way they've been playing this whole season. Are they on a bit of a streak? Sure. I guess you can call finishing the season 8-9 being on a streak, but I just think Dallas is too good. I really do. I think Dallas can turn it over once or twice and still win the game.
Yeah.
Because Dallas is going to be rushing 3 or 4 guys all game. They can't run the ball. The Bucs cannot run the ball.
Unless playoff Fournette comes in, that's the thing.
He's not. Because even they say playoff Lenny, but like even in previous years, he's running for 1,000 yards like consistently or close to it. Like he's been nothing this season. In and out of the lineup.
Yeah.
And their offensive line's just not good. It's not good.
Yeah. They've been getting healthier, though.
They have, but, I mean, Ali Marpet retiring, he's not coming back. So, that's big. That is big. He's a guy you need in the playoffs. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I think Dallas is a better team right now. I think they get it over on the Bucs. I think this is what's going to send Brady to another team, this loss right here. So,
I can't be mad at it.
Mm-hmm. This game, I'm actually in the same boat as you. I think New York's going to beat the Vikings. I've been super high on the Vikings all season. But arguably, I think Daniel Jones has had a damn good season.
He has.
I think it's been like the yardage isn't up there to Kirk, but like the production's as good as Kirk running the ball.
Yeah,
he's been winning them games. And it's
not
not
only
just
that,
like
not only that, but he's not turning the ball over.
No, he's not. And like Daniel, like they're not winning in spite of Daniel Jones in some of these games. They're winning because of him.
Yeah.
So, and they're Brian Daboll again. He's one of the best coaches in football. Personally, I think Kyle Shanahan should be the coach of the year, going 14-3 with 3 different quarterbacks who are all mid.
Yeah.
But either way, Brian Daboll's been insane. He's got Daniel Jones playing really, really well. Well, this is probably the closest one for me.
Yeah.
I could very well see
overtime game.
I could see Justin Jefferson getting a $150 and 2 tuds on their heads, and they win by 10. Like I could see it happen. But New York's going to control the clock. Saquon's going to run well. The Vikings haven't been able to stop anybody. This is the perfect first playoff game for Daniel Jones.
So. Yep. Familiar opponent.
Yeah. The no expectations.
Yep.
You know what I mean? A team that plays free is dangerous, and you know what I mean. All the pressures on the Vikings. So I think this is the main upset of the weekend.
I agree.
Good pick on that. I'm surprised you actually went with them, but
I'm just not high on the Vikings like that. Like, yeah, they're really good. I see them the same way I see Dallas.
Yeah,
they're really good in the regular season. They put up stats. Their guys, they put up numbers. They do good things. But when it push comes to shove in the playoffs, I don't know. They've shown signs of they cannot consistently do it when it matters most.
Yeah.
So
I mean, for me, it's not so much that I'm not high on the Vikings. It's just that like I think this has the makings of that week one. You know what I mean? Better coaching. I think quarterback play has been better. Run game's been better. Dalvin Cook's had games where he's getting 23 yards. Like there's been too much inconsistently with the Vikings. But with the Giants, I feel like we know what we're getting every week, despite win or lose.
Yep.
So I like the Giants there.
And also, I mean, every favorite doesn't win. So
no.
There's gotta be somebody getting upset.
No,
I think that's the prime one.
That's the one upset that I have. Not even going to talk about it. Geno Smith sucks at football. The San Francisco 49ers are so damn good. They're
not
a
even
juggernaut.
after he grittied. Not even after his coach was riding a scooter.
I fuck with Pete Carroll. Geno Smith sucks at football. He's not good at football. Geno Smith is going to have 3 picks. This game's going to be over halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah.
It's not going to be close. This is going to be the biggest win margin, I think, of the weekend.
I can see it. I can also see it being close just because it's division. It's their third time playing each other.
It is hard to beat
a team where it's like it's another one of those games where it's like, we have no expectation whatsoever of Seattle. And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe they upset the 49ers and then they go to Philly. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah. I don't know. I just think the Niners are way
I
too
agree.
good.
I think it's a little I can see both. I can see it being close. I can see it being a body bag.
I could see this game being 24-6, straight up.
Yeah.
And that's not even with a mixed extra point. That's 2 field goals. I don't think they sniff the end zone. So
I agree.
yeah, that's my my wild card guesses. That's what I
ain't mad at it.
Mm-hmm. No, like at this game, like this is the only one we had different. I feel like that's a toss up. So
yeah,
this
It
is where
it
things
don't really change much either.
This is where shit changes a little bit.
Yeah.
Starting with the AFC, I want to go to this game first. Oh, come on. You gonna work? There we go. I got the Chiefs over the Jags. I think that this is where like I feel like going into this game, this is where Patrick Mahomes says, "Fuck y'all, I'm the best quarterback," and it's not close. Because that's how I feel about him. I feel like Joe Burrow could be the best quarterback in football in any era, except for Patrick Mahomes' era, because Patrick Mahomes is going to be the greatest quarterback to ever touch a football. So
yeah,
Patrick Mahomes to me needs 3 Super Bowls and like a consistently good career for him to pass Brady. I don't think he needs all the Super Bowls. I just think he's way too good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Aaron Rodgers, if he had 3 or 4 Super Bowls, he'd be, you know what I mean? It'd be a toss-up between the GOAT. Because Aaron Rodgers was that damn good. You know what I mean?
He's that dude, but
so
yeah.
For me, this game isn't really close. Better coaching, I get the better quarterback. And I don't feel like the defenses are too far off. So
yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
gonna get to this. I'm gonna get to this game last.
All right.
This game, this is where the Cowboys' dreams die.
Yep.
The Niners are too good. This probably is the most upset potential to me.
Yeah.
Just because I think, when Dallas is clicking, they are fucking unstoppable. Doesn't matter who's in front of them.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen that much this year, so I don't think it's going to happen. So
yeah, that's my thing with Dallas. Like, over these last like 4 to 5 weeks, I mean, and I really look at like what quarterbacks are you playing? They've been playing like Gardner Minshew, Davis Mills, like, and their defense has been like keeping the other team in the game. Like they've been giving up numbers to less than mid guys.
Yeah. Their defense has been poor. I think it gets better in the playoffs. I really do.
Yeah,
I do. I mean, we saw them in the beginning of the season. I think it's because they were trying to overcompensate for Cooper Rush playing. I think they have some pretty damn good performances defensively in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I do.
They're gonna need it.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty low scoring game. I think only one. I probably think only one team breaks 20. To be honest.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a gross game. I think it's going to be a lot of turnovers, 5+
total.
It's
like
5 or more. Fumbles and shit like that. Nick Bosa is going to get 2 sacks, some shit.
Dak's going to throw 2 picks.
Yeah, or Zeke's going to fumble. Tony Pollard's going to fumble some shit. But like, I see this game being close but ugly. So
yeah.
I just think the Niners can win in so many different ways. So I just don't see Dallas getting over the hump there.
I agree.
This game, I'll take the division winner. I'll take the Eagles. It's really not that hard. They just have, again, it's kind of like this matchup up here. Like, I feel like you just have too much for the Giants. Closer than people think. It'll probably open at like a 7.5 spread. I think the Giants cover that, but
I don't know.
It's division.
I think it might be like 2 to 3 scores, but
I don't know. It's division.
Stranger shit has happened.
Yeah. You know how I am with division games.
Yeah.
So, but I think the Eagles win it comfortably. Like, as comfortably as you could win a 4-point game, I think they'll win. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like week 18.
Like,
that was the most comfortable 6-point win I've ever seen.
Yeah, like up 10 at the end of the fourth quarter, and like Saquon rolls in with 30 seconds left. Some shit. You know what I mean? And they have no timeouts. Something like that.
Yep. And then they just kneel on it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty easy for me, that matchup.
I'm not mad at it.
This game, I'm taking the Bengals. I have no faith in the Bills. I'm sorry. I don't care how much momentum they're riding. Josh Allen's going to throw away a playoff game. It's going to happen. I almost wanted to take Miami over them, but Skylar, if Teddy Bridgewater was playing, I'm telling you right now, I'm taking Dolphins over the Bills.
That's crazy.
I don't have faith in the Bills. I just don't.
If that was the case, that would make a really good second round with the Bengals and Jags.
Yeah, it would.
That's a dark horse matchup right there.
That is. But if it's Skylar, like if we found out that Teddy was coming back or Tua was coming back, I was taking the Bills. Taking the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But no, in this case, I get the better quarterback with the Bengals. I get the better running game with the Bengals. I think there's always questions with Zach Taylor, but personally, I think I get better offensive coaching with Zach Taylor.
Yeah.
And you know how it is. 9 out of 10 times, it doesn't matter how good your defense is. If you've got a top guy as your quarterback, it doesn't matter. They're going to find a way. I truly believe that. So I get the better quarterback, get the better running game, arguably best receiver group. Obviously, Stephon Diggs is the best out of all of them, but I think the weapons total are better with the Bengals.
Yeah.
Gabe Davis, I don't care how many times he gets in the end zone, he's not a guy. Yeah, and they went out last year with the same team and said, we need Von Miller to help us win a Super Bowl. And where is he? At home, sleep.
Hurt.
Yeah, so it's basically the same team. The Bengals got better. Their offensive line's way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were young last year. They're getting older. They've got the playoff. They've done more than the Bills. So I like the experience. I like the experience. Better quarterback. Okay, better on it. I feel like the offensive lines are close, but
yeah,
still. And the Bengals defense is sneaky underrated. They just don't have a guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jesse Bates is out there saying some shit in the media, but he's a top 5 safety. Trey Hendrickson is a really damn good edge rusher.
They remind me of the 2017 Eagles defense. They had some guys, but most of them were not guys.
Yeah.
You had Malcolm Jenkins, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham. But then you had guys like where are we at here? Donnell Ellerbe, Corey Graham, Ronald Darby, Jalen Mills.
Their defense, the Bengals defense is the definition of complementary football. The definition. So
no, I ain't mad at it.
You're not going into a third down expecting Aaron Donald to get home. You know what I mean? You're not expecting that with the Bengals. They just they're opportunistic, and everyone on that defense plays a role, and they all play it really well. I don't know if you know the name Joseph Osai, but he's been incredible with them this year.
Yeah.
Their left end, he's great. But yeah, I feel like the Bills are going to have a tough offseason. I really do. There's going to be some questions that need to be answered. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I think
I'll
the
let
Bengals
you keep going,
get over
then I'm going to break some news, but don't really matter right now. It's not breaking. Super breaking.
Yeah, but I think the Bengals get over them. So that's what I have in divisional.
Okay. I ain't mad at it.
No. Where did it go? Oh, it went all the way through. All right.
Too far.
This is, I personally think, what everybody should be thinking. I don't know why I'm the only person that thinks the Bills aren't who they are. You know what I mean? They were crowned Super Bowl favorites last year. At the beginning of this year. For what? They haven't done shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the AFC, this one's tough. I think this is probably the best game of the playoffs. Two best quarterbacks in football. I think the Bengals' overall team is better.
Yeah, and they have history.
When you look at the weapons with the Chiefs, Juju Smith-Schuster, Marquez
Valdez
Scantling.
Scantling.
Isaiah Pacheco. Like,
Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
yeah, like, it blows my mind that the Chiefs are as damn good as they are with what they have.
Yeah, it's the Patrick Mahomes effect. It really is.
It is. It is. Looking at this game, like I said in the last matchup, I think the Chiefs, honestly, as good as the Chiefs are, I feel like they're definitely flying under the radar right now.
Yeah.
Like, you don't hear a lot of people, other than Nick Wright, you don't hear a lot of people saying these guys are going to be the Super Bowl champions. It's all this can Brock Purdy lead them? Is Jalen Hurts going to get over the hump? Is are Bengals going to go back-to-back Super Bowls? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are the Bills finally going to get over the hump? No one's talking about how the Chiefs should be favored.
Yeah.
And
it's a dangerous spot to be in.
I don't think Joe Burrow is good enough to go 4-0 against Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is too good. They're at home because this game will be at home. There's no neutral
this will be
field
at Arrowhead.
Yeah, there is no neutral field, so I'm taking the Chiefs in a close game.
I agree.
Can the Bengals beat them? Yeah, but I don't think the Bengals are going to have to beat the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to have to lose it on their own.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was the only other matchup that I had in my head for the AFC Championship, and if that was the matchup, that's what I would have picked.
Yeah,
but how the way things went in my bracket, I was just like, with the neutral field, I think that's Buffalo's best chance.
Yeah, I agree. I'd probably still take the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I
think it's a coin flip.
Buffalo can beat them however much they want in the regular season. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, they walked into Arrowhead this year and beat them. So
yeah,
but
I think it's a coin flip.
Yeah. But I think this is where Patrick Mahomes says, listen, all this talk about who's better, me or Justin Herbert, who's better, me or Joe Burrow, he puts this shit to bed. He's going to beat Trevor Lawrence. He's going to beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
And that's wraps. So I like the Chiefs. This game is interesting. This is a tough one.
It is a tough one.
It's a very tough one. Eagles probably have the best fine-tuned offense in football. They know what they're going to do every week, and they do it, and they execute it well with very minimal mistakes.
Yeah.
And again, their defense is stacked. I worry about coaching, like you said.
I do too.
It's not so much I worry about Jonathan Gannon. I worry about what the fuck Kyle Shanahan's going to expose of Jonathan Gannon. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a mastermind. He's the second best offensive coach in football behind Andy Reid, I think. I feel like that should be consensus considering what he's done this year with the quarterbacks he's had. So it's a tough one. For me, I'm taking the Niners. Well, I really am.
I can't be mad at it because, again, I think if they outcoach the Eagles, they can beat them.
Yeah.
That's really the only way that they'll beat them.
Yeah. And
I think the Eagles are more talented by far. I think they can out-execute, they can make more big plays, But as far as coaching, that's huge. Yeah. The two teams that I worry about in the playoffs going up against are the Chiefs and the 49ers. Yeah. Because both of those teams are very well coached.
Mm-hmm. They're buttoned up.
Yeah. Not to say that the Eagles aren't buttoned up, but Jonathan Gannon, he's exposable. He's really exposable, and that's what will kill the greatest season ever for Philadelphia Eagles is Jonathan Gannon. That's just crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I can't be mad at it because that's the likely outcome.
No, and honestly, for me, you're not gonna like hearing this, but I don't see a way the Eagles win this game. I think the Niners are way too good. I think they are top to bottom the best roster in football. You can argue the Eagles if you want, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you look at both defenses, Nick Bosa is the best player. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you look at the offenses, I think it's a toss-up between two Niners and an Eagle. So,
Yeah.
we'll
see.
Yeah. The only thing is the right side of Niners offensive line. That's it.
Yeah. And Hassan Reddick has been an absolute beast this year.
Yeah, that'll be a problem. But
yeah,
we'll see.
I think it's a coin flip.
I'm comfortably a believer in Brock Purdy. I think he's not a guy like, Trevor Lawrence and them and shit. He's to me what Kurt Warner was for the Rams in the early 2000s. Get the ball to the playmakers.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? They had a really, really good defense. Marshall Falk one of the years ran for almost 2,000. Who were their two receivers?
Isaac Bruce,
Bruce and Torrey Holt. Yeah, they both had 1,000-yard seasons.
Yep.
And the Niners have a better tight end than they had. So
yeah,
I think we have kind of that scenario on our hands where it's a guy that was heavily overlooked in college, gets an opportunity and he becomes a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
If he goes out and even makes it to the Super Bowl, I don't see how you bring back Jimmy or play Trey Lance next year.
No.
So, but yeah, I think, and if you look at the coaching, Kyle Shanahan's not gonna make it too complicated for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, it's combined with how well of a coordinator Kyle Shanahan can be on offense, and how exposable Jonathan Gannon can be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. If Jonathan Gannon plays how he played against Minnesota, being very exotic, mixing up coverages, being aggressive, I don't see a way that they don't win the game.
Yeah.
Because I think the offense can do its thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the defense that I worry about. Because
for me, the most
you can have all the players in the world. You can have all the players in the world, but if you don't have the scheme to put the players in the best position to succeed, don't really matter.
Yeah. And I think the most exposable unit of the four, the offense and defense of both teams, I think it's the Eagles defense. Personally. Because we've seen Kyle Shanahan win a game where his quarterback threw 8 times in the playoff game. So I could see something like that happening where Brock Purdy throws it 14 times.
Yeah. I mean, the Eagles' run defense doesn't concern me as much as Jonathan Gannon's 8 yards off coverage of the corners, shell coverage, letting
and you
Brock
can't
Purdy
do that with Debo because
letting him nickel and dime all the way down the field. I mean, fucking Andy Dalton was 14 for 14.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott was 24 for 24 against the zone. That's
Debo's going to be
35 for 35 for 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah. Debo's going to be back.
Do that.
You can't do that against Debo. You can't do that against Brandon Ayuk.
No.
And even if they focused on those guys, you still got to worry about arguably the best running back in football and arguably the best tight end in football. So I don't see a scenario where the Eagles can beat them. I just think the Niners have way too many answers than what the Eagles do.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be a game of coaching, and I can see the Niners out coaching the Eagles, but I can also see the Eagles putting it on. It's a toss up for me, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
You like that? Hey, I could take it. I could take it as much as I can give it, bro.
Mm-hmm. It's not for me. It's not Eagles hate. It's Niners love. Truly.
Yeah. It's just me being. I'm just saying. It's just me being unbiased. I get it. I get it.
Yep. For me, this Super Bowl, we got a rematch. between these two.
Yep.
They've played once. I have the Chiefs.
I would too if
I'll
that was my matchup.
I'll never bet against the best quarterback in the NFL, the most talented quarterback we've ever seen. And like I said earlier, 9 out of 10 times, it doesn't matter how good your defense is, the best quarterback always wins. I'll take the quarterback.
Yeah.
Any day of the week. And I personally think this will be a high-scoring game, even though like the Niners have a strong defense. I more so think of it because Patrick Mahomes is going to do what he wants because that's what he does, and the Chiefs aren't really going to be able to stop the Niners.
Yeah.
So I think this game. I think the Chiefs will get a lead in the second quarter and hold it. Again, it's not so like the Eagles, I think, have a better offense than the Chiefs, but I think the Chiefs have done this. They've seen this shit. They've seen everything. They've been through this before. I have more confidence in their coaching staff too. So
yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say
I like the Chiefs to get it done.
That's the other matchup that really concerns me. Like if the Eagles get to the Super Bowl and play the Chiefs, that's another one where it's like, man, they could easily get out coached by Andy Reid.
Yep.
And Spags, defensive coordinator. Oh,
yeah.
I'd rather have Spags than Jonathan Gannon, in my opinion.
Yep.
If they had Jim Schwartz still, he'd be eating with this defense. Oh my god.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, those are the two teams. Like if we played in the playoffs, I'd be like, like I don't know if we can beat them. Other than that, like I think everybody else is food, in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree. Now if I had to pick a final score to this Super Bowl, it'd probably be 30-22 Chiefs.
Yeah, I'd have to go 28-21.
Something like that, yeah.
28-24. Something.
Chiefs get 3 touchdowns, a few field goals. I think the Chiefs will have 1 or 2 drives that they don't score on, and that's it.
Yeah.
So if this was any other defense, I'd have the Chiefs scoring more, but that's 30's comfortable for me. Yeah. Like I could easily see them getting that. And they beat the shit out of them earlier in the regular season. So
that's true.
Yeah. This is my final bracket. Chargers, Dolphins, Ravens, Vikings, Seahawks, Bucks, they all go home early. And I obviously think these are probably the best quarterbacks minus
Brock
Purdy in the playoffs right now. If you look at this season.
Yeah. Make sure you save that bracket, by the way.
Yeah, I will.
Just hit like print screen, put it on your paint.
Yeah. I'll take a screenshot.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what I think is going to happen.
I ain't mad at it.
No. I gave the Eagles love. I got them to the NFC Championship game, but their window's wide open. So,
I think it's for the Eagles. It's NFC Championship or bust.
Yeah.
I mean, I see the vision for them to get it all the way. I can also see them getting to the NFC Championship game and getting upset. Or to the Super Bowl. I would be on suicide watch if they went to the bowl and lost. Honestly, I'd much rather them lose in the conference than the big bowl. But
imagine Jalen Hurts gets benched for Gardner Minshew.
No, that is not gonna fucking happen. Did you not watch the last 3 weeks of Eagles football?
I'm just playing.
Come on, bro.
Yeah,
but I'm at. I mean, our brackets were pretty close up until we got to the championship round.
Yeah. Well, only one team was different in the round there.
The Bills.
We only really picked 3 games differently. So
yeah. The AFC Championship and then the Super Bowl matchup was really different. Yeah. They ain't bad. That ain't bad.
Some things that I could see change. If the Cowboys are on a roll, I could see them upsetting the Niners just because
Me as well.
we've seen them. We've seen them grab 50 randomly whenever they want. So
Yeah.
that I can see Eagles Cowboys in the NFC Championship game.
When in that case, I think it's no dispute. I think the Eagles put them in a body bag at home.
Yeah.
You know what? I invite that idea. Hey, Dallas, we'll see you at the link.
Yeah.
Take care of your food. We'll take care of ours. We'll see you in about, what is it? 1, 2, 3 weeks.
Yeah. I could also see Vikings beating the Giants and then you guys play them in the divisional. I could see that happening too. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess as far as mine goes, I can also see the Vikings winning, which would put the winner of Bucks Cowboys playing us in the divisional round. Which I think we either way we'll still beat either of those teams. I'm not really concerned about that, but that would make it Niners Vikings, which honestly doesn't change much in my opinion. Still be Eagles Niners NFC Championship. And as we already addressed I think it's a toss up between those two teams. Just depends which teams come to play that day. You know what I mean? I can also see the Bills Bengals flipping and it being Chiefs Bengals. Other than that, I think this is really where it's gonna be.
Yeah. Do me a favor, send me that image and I'll put it on our Twitter and the TikTok of our brackets.
Say less.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I think that's everything I have. I think next pod we'll obviously break down wild card. We'll look ahead to the divisional round and maybe we'll pick our personal all-pro teams.
Yeah. You want to run through the spreads really quick? Or no?
We could pick them like fast.
Yeah, like quick, like super quick.
Yeah.
I'll run through. We'll just like we'll say, all right, this one, move on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, quick hitters. Seahawks, Niners. Niners are 9.5 point favorites at home. I got Seahawks.
What's the spread again?
9.5.
I'll take the Niners.
Seattle.
I'll take the Niners.
Okay. Chargers, Jags. Chargers are 2.5 point road favorites. I got the Jags. I think they
Me too.
win.
I got them to win.
It's my lock of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Spread plus money line, Jags. Dolphins on the road against the Bills. Bills 13.5 point favorites at home. Give me the Bills.
I'll take the Dolphins.
Fair. Giants, Vikings. Giants are 3-point dogs on the road. Give me the Giants.
Giants.
Ravens, Bengals. Bengals are 9.5 point favorites at home. Give me the Bengals.
Give me the Ravens.
Cowboys, Bucks in Tampa Bay. 2.5 point road favorites are the Cowboys. Give me the Bucks.
Give me the Bucks too. I have the Cowboys winning, but it's going to be closer than
by
points.
1 point.
1 or 2 points. Truthfully, bro, I trust.
Yeah.
Imagine that shit hits.
Hoo-wee.
Imagine I put a bet down on Cowboys to win, but Bucks to cover.
Crazier shit has happened.
Yeah. All right. I think that just about does it, my friend.
I think so too. It was a good pot.
I agree. Other than the first like
bed and get
20
up to
minutes
work tomorrow.
Yeah, you better go.
All right, roll that outro, bro.
All right, y'all. You already know what it is. On a boat, on a bus, on a plane, on a space shuttle, on Mars, on Pluto, on the sun. You can leave a like, watch the day one pod anywhere on YouTube. I'm your boy Kyle. That's Anthony. We'll catch you on the next one.
Later.
Take it easy, y'all.